was growing up, I went to plenty of beaches, playing in the ocean, snorkeling to see our country's amazing wildlife, and lying in the sun on the beach is pretty much a part of the standard New Zealand childhood. And playing in the ocean, I have a good understanding of how powerful our waves and ocean currents can be. Keeping the power of our oceans in mind, there must be a way that this power can be used in order to benefit our country. So, how could the power of our oceans make our seas more sustainable? With the population of New Zealand increasing daily, one major problem we will face in a not so distant future is how to produce enough energy for our growing population. The power provided by the ocean is currently an underutilised resource in New Zealand and could contribute to the New Zealand government's target to have 90% of our electricity provided by renewable energy sources by 2025. Marine energy is a form of renewable energy that does not rely on there being constant sunshine and windy days in order to provide energy. Instead, reliable and predictable tidal and wave flows can be used to harness energy. Marine power is accessible to many New Zealand cities, with many of our main centres being coastal, including Wellington, Auckland, Christchurch and Dunedin. As a form of renewable energy, it is often more aesthetically appealing than other methods and fits in with New Zealand's clean, green image. So, how is marine energy being produced? What technologies are currently being used or developed around the world that are suited to New Zealand's unique marine environment? And what benefits do these technologies have to our country? Many of the methods involved in generating electricity from marine energy involve the conversion of kinetic energy from waves and tides into electrical energy, which can be used nationally. There are two kinds of available energy that can be harnessed from waves in the ocean: swells in the ocean and waves breaking near land. Swells in the ocean are produced by winds offshore, the total effect of which creates waves in the open ocean. In order to produce larger waves, constructive interference can occur when waves are in phase, as the interference will cause the amplitudes of the waves to add up. Constructive interference produces larger waves, which can provide more energy. Breaking waves are a result of these waves coming near the shore, as when the water gets shallower, the friction of the wave on the surface beneath the water causes the wave to break. Each wave has 3 vectors of motion: vertical, horizontal, and rotational, each of which can be used to convert kinetic energy into electrical energy. A surge device, such as the one shown in this diagram, can be used to harness the kinetic energy of the horizontal component of a wave's motion, which is done by the movement of the flap seen on the device that moves back and forth with waves, and this movement pumps pistons in the device. This causes high-pressure water to be moved through a pipe under the sea and onto the shore, where the water supplies power using a hydroelectric turbine. The fluctuation of tides and currents caused by tides also offer a source of energy. The fluctuation of tides is caused by the gravitational field that is created by the Earth's moon as it orbits our planet, and the resulting difference of gravitational attraction of water on either side of our planet toward the moon. The difference in gravitational attraction has created a standing wave, which creates tidal currents, and these can be used to transform energy. A standing wave is a little bit like pushing a child on a swing. Each small push, if timed correctly, will increase the amplitude of the swing's motion. So eventually, the child is swinging with a large amplitude, even though each one of your pushes is small. The same effect has resulted in the small difference in gravitational pull felt by either side of the Earth, building the amplitude of our tides over time. There are other methods of harnessing marine energy, such as ocean thermal energy conversion. However, this method requires a large difference in water near the ocean floor and near the surface of the ocean. This means that this method is only viable for warmer areas. One current technology that uses tidal motion to harness energy is an oscillating water device, which generates electrical energy by using turbines that are turned by air pressure, caused by waves flowing in and out of a chamber within the device seen on the diagram, which is located near the shoreline. One new potential way of harnessing marine energy is the use of a technology called a wave, or seafloor carpet. The idea for wave carpets comes from the effect that mud on the ocean floor has on waves, as it reduces the kinetic energy of waves by absorbing it. Inspired by this absorption of energy, students at the Berkeley University of California wanted to design something that was able to harness this energy and convert it into a renewable, eco-friendly, and economical source of power. Wave carpets are built into the ocean floor and convert the vertical component of a kinetic energy of a wave's motion into electrical energy, as the carpet reduces the effect of waves using a layer of rubber, which is similar to the effect that mud has on them, and absorbs it with underlying double-action piston pumps, as is shown on the diagram. This means that as the effect of tides and waves pushes the carpet up and down, the piston can pump in both directions, which creates hydraulic pressure that can then be converted into electricity. Despite having a cost that can potentially be larger than other sources of renewable energy, wave carpets have many benefits. As they only need to sit on the floor of an ocean or sea to convert marine energy into a source of power, they have little environmental impact. They do not restrict the resources of marine animals, as they do not prevent plankton from growing and do not prevent aquatic plants growing by developing by taking up the space or blocking sunlight that they need in order to grow. And they can be placed in areas of the ocean that do not support aquatic life due to low levels of concentrations of oxygen in the water. They do not have as much potential to cause harm to marine animals, such as other devices can have, as there is no potential for animals to swim into parts of a system that could harm them. They do not cause movement of sediment on the ocean floor, as turbines and similar technologies can cause. A benefit is this movement can cause a change in the undersea environment. However, as the wave carpet only moves with tidal flow, the movement of sediment that occurs would only be caused by the tides and ocean waves themselves. The position of the wave carpet on the ocean floor contributes to increased longevity, as it reduces the effect that the ocean has on the materials of the carpet, allowing it to last longer than some other technologies used to harness marine energy. Its position also allows the system to remain functional during a storm, unlike other methods of harnessing marine energy, which must be turned off. This system is easy to move at a low cost, which contributes to its economic viability and benefit to New Zealand, as if kinetic energy caused by waves and tides in one area is affected by an event that affects the surrounding area, the carpet can be moved to another location that allows it to absorb more kinetic energy and therefore produce more electricity than its original environment. The carpets are able to produce large amounts of energy, as it is estimated that only 1 square metre of carpet is required to produce enough energy to power 2 households. The carpets have also been shown to be more effective at producing energy than solar panels, as 100 square metres of wave carpet off the California coastline could produce about the same amount of energy as 6,400 square metres of solar panels. This high output of energy is due to the high conversion of kinetic energy to electrical energy, which has been proven by researchers to be at rates of above 90%, whereas solar energy only has rates of conversion from solar to electrical energy of about 20%. And with the system due to undergo testing in the ocean in 2016 and potentially able to be produced for commercial use in between 5 to 10 years, the system could be a potential source of power for New Zealand. Marine energy systems are beneficial to New Zealand, as we have high tidal and wave flow, which can be harnessed in order to produce power. The machines that are used in order to harness marine energy emit no greenhouse gases and are often underwater, so have no effect on our aesthetic value. This could potentially be beneficial to New Zealand's economy, as it means that the government can use this method to create energy sources that are renewable and don't have negative effects on climate change or our environment, such as the methods that use fossil fuels have. The potential for the creation of marine energy sources on smaller islands of New Zealand is also a benefit of this, as it means that small islands do not require large power stations, solar panels, or windmills in order to provide a source of electricity, which could potentially be of a large cost. Whereas the cost of marine energy already includes the cost of transporting the machinery. The creation of marine energy sources in New Zealand is a long-term investment, and as it benefits not only this generation, but future generations of New Zealand. Marine energy is a form of energy that is suitable to both New Zealand's unique climate and our geographical centres. Reducing the use of non-renewable energy sources is important due to the clean, green image that is portrayed in order to promote New Zealand tourism, and it decreases the amount of fossil fuels that are released into the atmosphere and decreases harm to the unique native wildlife of New Zealand. The main reason for no current investment in technologies such as these is largely due to the cost of installing these devices, from resource consent to actually building the machinery. However, the benefits far outweigh the costs, and most of these costs are only spent upon installation. Children of future generations in New Zealand should be able to experience playing on the beach, enjoying our amazing marine wildlife, and lying in the sun on the sand, enjoying a view that has aesthetic appeal, and living in a country that has not experienced the detrimental effects caused by the use of fossil fuels and energy sources that are not renewable. Renewable sources of energy can be utilised to produce clean energy that has countless environmental and economic benefits to New Zealand. With the technologies that are already available and newer, more efficient technologies being developed, the technology to harness the power of our oceans is no longer a dream of the past. It is a reality of our present. Thank you.
Thanks, Maria. What are the existing marine energy installations in New Zealand made of?
There are not currently a lot of marine energy in New Zealand. There are companies that are looking into the creation of marine energy and marine energy sources, such as Crest Energy or Neptune Power, which are both companies looking into it right now.
What's your carpet made of?
It's made of a combination of like flexible, non-corrosive metals for the kind of bottom part of it, and the top part of it is made from a layer of rubber.
And what would the lifespan of the installation be?
That would probably depend on the area that it was placed in and how often storms kind of occurred, but I think it would be between about 5 to 10 years maybe, or possibly longer.
So not that long, actually.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, sorry.
And I imagine that putting the amount of carpet you would need would be disruptive to some extent to the ecosystem, would it not?
Well, that mostly depends on the area it's placed in. So areas such as the Cook Strait, where it has a lot of energy is generated from waves and tides, you wouldn't need a large area of it. And because the Cook Strait is kind of so rough, it doesn't have as much of an effect on the wildlife. And because it's kind of more on the ocean floor, it doesn't affect things like plankton, and like where it would be placed, like places that have no or low levels of low concentrations of oxygen, there wouldn't really be a lot of marine life supported there anyway. They'd essentially be placed in death zones of the ocean.
And how would you get the energy produced from your wave carpet into people's homes and businesses?
Well, it uses piston pumps. There is a variety of methods that can be kind of transfer the energy from the pistons that like generate the hydraulic pressure. So it can be used to spin a turbine or something like that onshore, and then this could like provide the energy and transport it to households.
Right, so you'd need constructions onshore to transfer the energy.
Yeah.
And battery storage as well? I mean, this is the problem with getting things onto our grid, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'd be similar to any other production of energy once it's been, like the hydraulic pressure's been converted to electricity. It could be used to potentially charge batteries or store charge in batteries or similar to that, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.